Well, we're going to see when we start streaming here. Public stream, and that was fast. Am I on live? I'm going to have to see if I have a good audio reading when it does start, because sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it. Let's see. Do I got a reading? Can I read myself? Can't hear myself. Probably because my microphone's not set up right. This is the least professional way to start. There we are. Okay, good. Whoa. Hear that horrible music from that screen. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? It's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm coming to you from the Casa today. I'm lucky I made this stream today. It's been a rough one for us here at Casa Campbell at Not Leaving Las Vegasville. Blackjack is sick and he had to go to the vet today. So that was that. We got some vet meds even. So in all the things that I'm trying to do, like complete the budget for my surgery on my arm and stuff, I want to make sure that our kitty cat's taken care of because he's a member of our family. He has got something called something, and I can't remember what it's called. So I texted it to the wifey over in the PH, and she told me, or I told her what it was. It's called stomatitis. Stomatitis. It's where the insides of a cat's mouth get inflamed, and I think humans can get it too. And I don't know that they know exactly why it happens, especially with cats, but it happens, and he's sick. So they gave him a steroid shot today to reduce the inflammation. They gave him some whatever this is. This is a pain reliever if he needs it for a few days. Maybe he doesn't need it after. They gave him some more steroids, which he's going to be like Arnold Cat soon. And then they gave him also this, which is interferon, which they give this to Donald Trump, I think, and also severe COVID patients. This is something given to cancer patients. If he has a virus, it might kick the virus. If not, the end game is he loses all of his teeth because if it is stomatitis and not just a viral infection, it's something that manifests itself in the gums. So it's been a rough one. I left him at the vet today while so he would be in good hands after his steroid shot. He wasn't eating. He wants to eat. He's super hungry, but then he'll be eating and he'll jump up and run and hide. So it hurts when he swallows. We got to look after our family friends, our little furry friends, as though they're our family, you know? By the way, is my video moving? Because on my screen here, it's not moving. It's showing it's like jammed. Let me see if I have a live feed here. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you're taking care of your family and your furry little friends if you have them, or your skinned, slick-skinned human friends and family if you have them too. So we are moving good. It's just my preview there is jammed up. Okay. Well, we can get on to what we're going to get on to. We can talk about Vegas stuff. It's an open live stream. Who's here today? We have CHATSTREAM. He was first. Brianna Foos was second. Brookishly Nicole is here. I wonder if I'm getting new people in the streams because, after all, I have been seeing great success with the documentary style stuff. And in this stream, if you stay around long enough, I'll show you my work in progress in Final Cut Pro, my video editing application. Most people, if you're on Patreon, have already seen what I've done so far, but you haven't seen all of it. And I can show you a preview here on the live stream as well. And I also have some Google Earth 3D stuff coming up for you on the Google Maps. So we're going to be able to view that together as well. We're going to view the world in 3D. Matthew Ross is here. Big Chili's here. Brent Bowers is here. Jay Dizzle, Brianna Foos, Jeff, Sally Scipio, Javier Avilés, Irving Johnson, Jeffrey Schreiber, Teresa Schreffer, Cincinnati Kid, Brett Bowers, Kurt Hutchings, Kyle, Wendy Taylor, Verna Fredrickson, Brianna Foos, Teresa, I already said that name, Sergio Fernandez, and Caleb, I love that. What's up? I've been working long hours. I'm glad I can see you today. Kyle is here as well. Doku Shin. Sue is here. Lots of you guys are here in the chat. It's been a rainy one. It's not raining right now. We have had a severe amount of rainy weather in the valley the last little while. We have had below average temperatures the last little while. We are very blessed out here that it's been under 100 degrees almost every day. My weather apps gave me very differing views of what it was today. One app said it was 86. The other app said it was 69. And then I giggled because I'm still a 12-year-old kid, I guess. And it was just like, how is one so much different than the other? I don't know. The Apple app is not reliable. Mr. Eng is here. Garrett Ayong is here. Or I can't say it right. Garrett. Manny's in the house. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Todo bien, Manny. etu. I almost said at ikaw. That's Filipino, Tagalog. Stephanie Trump, All Stars 2006, Young LA Raider. I'm doing good, man. You know, we're just trying to chill in like a villain. But anyways, yeah, so let's play some My Vegas slots and just get on with it. And we'll talk to you guys here while we go. We're just going to basically play the one game we always play, which is King Kong, because I can set it and forget it on autopilot. And do I have to hit? Oh, yeah, I have to hit the box. You have to hit the box for these bonuses or else it doesn't actually show you anything. So let me actually just open this up in this window here so you guys will see it. I fixed the thing where you guys might see my personal information. I need my personal space. Number 1, give me my personal space. 2, personal space. 3, personal space. You know, we got to skip all this crap because you're never going to get out of it. They want to sell you stuff so bad. These microtransactions are killing me, son. So we're going to get on with this here, and then we're going to play around with Google Earth, like I mentioned, and we'll also show you some Final Cut stuff. Silver Kino is here. Happy Friday. Yeah, you guys can ask questions. I will give you answers the best I possibly can. Ask about whatever. People ask me about politics. People ask me about weather, about current events, about history stuff. I know a bit about some stuff, but not everything about everything. So we love to hear you guys. Steve should change the name to Steven J from Steven J. Should change the name from Steven J to Stevie J. Well, my name is Steven, and that's my God-given name, and that's what my mama calls me, and that's what my wifey calls me, but you can call me anything as long as it's not late for dinner. Fair enough? Okay. Good gambling video. Oh, which gambling video was that? I don't know which one you're talking about. I do a lot of videos, but I have to get faster at the videos. I spent the better part of 20 minutes today trying to get something working in my video editing app for what amounted to 1.7 seconds of video, which is a problem. You know, you can't get the videos out and do production if you're doing them for that long. How's the flooding in your area? So in my area, I live where there's not, like, there's paved roads in my area, but there's not a lot of highly developed paved roads. Like the shoulders are all just soft gravel because it's mostly just private lots that the county owns. So there's a lot of water and a lot of divots, and a lot of that debris has swept right into the roadways. If you watch Love and Hip Hop, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. How did we? Oh, okay. I thought we were at the bonus right away. So let's set this and forget this. We're going to lower our bet down because Kong will steal all of our money. He's good for that. And let's see here. Steven, how much money do you think Planet Hollywood will lose from rain pouring in on the tables and everything, especially so soon after last flooding there? Matthew, that's a great question. I don't know what is the deal with Planet Hollywood and Caesar's Palace for that matter. I mean, what is the problem with these two properties that they can't manage to mitigate the rain? They can't fix this. I know they're older properties. Caesar's Palace, obviously dating back as far as the 1960s up until the 90s, 2000s. I'm going to get the bonus. Bonus. But Planet Hollywood is not that terribly old. They built the building in the 90s, and so you would imagine that they should be able to withstand some rain. I don't know if... You got to imagine, if you've seen the videos on social media, rain pouring into the tables. I don't know how much they could possibly have lost there. I'm not really sure, but I'm sure it wasn't very much. They have contingencies in place and large-scale flood protection plans that are probably super complicated that we won't talk about here. But it's a really interesting thing, isn't it, that they would have these problems. And meanwhile, Circa Downtown is open for business again. Doku Shin says it might be bad in hotel design. Silver Kino says it's all covered under the insurance. Stevie J was a guy who was originally on the Love and Hip Hop in its prime back in 2012 when he was dating Jocelyn. Now he's, oh man, there's so much. I don't know. I have no... You're saying so many names that I'm not cool enough to know. So I don't know. Questions and answers. You guys give me a question, I'll give you an answer. We got 199 people watching. Hopefully they have some spare tables. I guess there won't be blackjack for a while. Oh, they got tables. All they got to do is felt them. You know, you got lots of tables in the back, and all they got to do is wrap it with the hotel's branding. Happy to announce we're at 10,745. Congratulations to everyone. Let's get to... Oh, Sue's talking about the GoFundMe. I stopped promoting the GoFundMe because I was afraid of people being mad. Truthfully, I'm going to be honest with you. Last month, I was very blessed with about 2,400 subscribers because of those documentary videos really hit. But I lost a net in my previous 10 videos dating back into June. My loss was a net of 4 videos off of live streams. So maybe it's because people watch those videos, subscribe, and then don't like my personality on live stream, and that happens sometimes. When I was in Vegas, I went to Circa, no signs of damage, even though it was less than a week after flooding. I met the lead contractor for Circa Las Vegas, and he said because it's a private company, they can move on spending how much money they want. Hey man, your extreme top and bottom my Vegas screen is cut off. Um, how is that cut off? I don't think it's cut off. Let me double check. Let's see here. I gotta look at this again. Let me double check that it's cut off. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna look at my own live stream for a minute. I'm crossing the. Oh, look at that. It's weird. It got really, really small, didn't it? That's not cool at all. It's all blue in the background. Thank you for the heads up on that. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, it got really, really small. That's weirdo-ness, eh? That happens sometimes. Live streaming, ain't it a trick? So we can go like this. Now I can make it bigger. I have the technology to do so. Oops. That's a little bit too big. All right. And then the bottom and the top is cut off too, you said. So let me do that. Thank you for the heads up on that. That's good. Good stuff. Wow. I don't know how that got so mangled. That's embarrassing. But I'm glad that you showed me that. That's great stuff. Okay. Now we're back in it. Good stuff. Okay. Going back to the chats here. Let's get back to business. I don't have no time to mess around. What is this? And look at that. It's like 2 frames per second for some reason. That's no good either. Let's see here. What else do we got? Can you give my girl Nicole? Hey Nicole, I'm glad that you're together again. You guys said you were off for a little bit, so that's some fun stuff. That's good. I wonder why this thing is like stalling out on me. I don't like that at all. Let's go to our other screen. I have another screen too. This would be my Final Cut Pro screen, and that is off as heck too. So I was going to show you guys my Final Cut Pro screen up here. Maybe I won't do it fancy pants. Maybe I'll just do it old-fashioned style. Yeah, I was going to show you guys my workflow in Final Cut Pro, but that may not come to pass either if everything's going to be 2 frames per second for some reason. Well, this is very disappointing, isn't it? Anyways, what's up, Matt? How you doing? We're playing with technology, and it's like we're starting with fire right now. This was... Oh, there's my Final Cut Pro screen. That's what it is. Okay. That's supposed to be Google Earth, but it's not. So let me fix that up, I guess. That's what happened. I can change that to Google Earth. Let's see if Google Earth is going to be slow as it can be. Try that one out. See if Google Earth is any better. I love showing you guys this kind of stuff because nobody ever looks at Vegas from this lens. John Boy, how you doing, buddy? Since the pandemic days, ain't switched up. All right. Well, I thought you said shouts out to her because you were missing her or something like that. But I'm glad that you're not. That's good. So this is nice and snappy. It was just the My Vegas slots that seemed to be an issue. So going in on Las Vegas, let's type it in, Bellagio. The central point of all good Vegas trips is the Bellagio. Would you guys agree with me? Say yes in the chat if you agree. Let's see here. Still praying for you. Okay. Happy Friday, Edgar. How you doing, Edgar? Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see everybody in the chats here. So here we go, man. Look at that. So here we have the strip here. So you guys can type, tell me a destination. I don't mind visiting it for you guys. It seems like it's some fun stuff. I see what's happening. Oh, now I got it all figured out. When I move my window into the other window, that's what happens. It resizes itself. Fair enough. Circa is really nice, but was dead compared to the other casinos. Yeah, it might be a little bit deadish. Oh, I see what I got going on. I'm learning on the fly with you guys. I just want you guys to know all this. I actually introduced Nicole to your channel before her birthday in December of 2020. Man, you've been watching this channel forever, haven't you? How close are you to surgery? Very close. I'm like $900 off. I gotta pay every penny to the surgery center, and then they green light it. Surgeries are every Monday. So once that's done, it's done. I got my YouTube money coming in. Thank you for asking, Robert. I got my YouTube money coming in. Oh, there's been a video on me. I feel really cool. I was like smiling from ear to ear. There's a video right now by another channel that does the how much does such and such make. And they did a video, how much does Not Leaving Las Vegas make? They chose a great looking photo for their thumbnail. And they actually nailed, not what I make, but they nailed the calculations pretty good, which was very nice. And I went and I answered everybody there. There was a couple of people saying that the GoFundMe was a scam. So I'm like, I'm going to provide you guys receipts. It's not, that's not what it is. But I'm happy that I was able to reply and reach out. I just lost. I know I did. It's okay. It's all right. People haven't super chatted on this chat either. Not everybody is into super chatting every night. I don't do these just for super chats. I do these to connect with you guys. What's the mountains in the background? So that's a great question. So let's see if I can think about this for a minute. We can actually just scroll out, I guess, and show you guys. So the Las Vegas Valley, as they call it, is literally in a valley. So if you take a look at the valley from up in this direction, we can tilt it down a little bit, and you can see all of the elevations that the city sits in, right? So I know over to this way is Mount Charleston. Okay, so if we scroll up here, this is the Charleston Peak, all right? And I think that's the Spring Mountains, but I could be wrong. You guys could tell me. Steve M, you got to get into journalism or news reporting. I am into journalism and news reporting. I'm doing it right here on YouTube, guys. So that's Mount Charleston. I'm not sure what the mountains are out here. I know that the Valley of Fire is up here. This is the Valley of Fire. They've filmed a whole bunch of movies and stuff in here. Like when they were on so-called Mars and Total Recall, that was filmed here, for example. So there is a lot of history. I think Star Trek, the original series back in the 60s, also filmed some space type scenes out here. I've heard that Star Wars did some stuff out here, but I can't prove that. I think it was just background because they filmed most of Star Wars in Spain, actually. That is the second. How much do you make on YouTube? Yeah, it is, and it's good. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to have people give a damn, because if they don't care, they don't care. And I was happy to go in, and I thanked the channel for actually doing the content on me, because all coverage is good coverage, you know. And I expected that I'd get a few haters in the video that would tell me that I'm a crook or something, but whatever. Delana says it's buffering like crazy. Let's see, is it buffering like crazy? Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to run the video through this connection, but that's okay. We'll just go back to me being on camera. It's fair enough. That's me on camera. Let's just make me bigger so we can actually view my mug, and we'll get rid of everything else. Okay, we'll just talk to you guys on a personal level tonight, I guess, because it looks like obviously that's not going to work the way I want it to, which is totally fine. And so it'll just be me in the center here, and we'll have Vegas slots behind me. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess it's buffering. I'll have to work that out. I've actually switched everything over to my I've actually switched everything over right now to my my MacBook Pro. My it's my ARM-based one, so it's supposed to be, like, you know, the most powerful computer on the planet, but obviously it's not. Whatever I'm doing in OBS isn't working. I'll have to tweak my settings. So we have another night ahead of us, some other day, to do all that stuff. Hi, Steven. Enjoyed seeing the mermaid. Thank you, Princess. I appreciate it. You got the same name as my cat, almost. She is Princess. You are Princessa. Vegas Airbnb hotel planned new stadium. Okay. Personal levels are the best. What are personal levels? I missed something. Let's see here. Can you show where the hot springs are? There are hot springs. Obviously, I can't show you guys that right now because there's a big issue happening with that. So I apologize to you guys. Going back and forth between Steve's, please don't get mad. Oh, of course not, John Boy. Everybody should be watching everybody. But, you know, I just want to do a quick live stream check-in with you guys. And, you know, possibly this will be a shorty because I'm having some technical issues right here. But if it's not, that's a good thing, too. If I'm buffering really bad in their video, too, I'm not. So that's all that really matters, I suppose. How you enjoy the vibe of the last casino I went to? Well, the last casino I was in was Circa, and I really enjoy the vibe. I like Circa a whole bunch, but I mean, the casino vibe is definitely something that you have to take a liking to. You know, it's certainly something that you have to, like, actually. Some people crave it, and I liked it when I first came into Vegas. I couldn't get enough. When does YouTube send out payments, Luke says? So the way YouTube monetization works is if you hit $100 threshold, then you get a payment somewhere between the 21st and the 26th of the month. So between the 23rd and the 26th of the month. They're building a golf place on the Strip. I don't know, Matthew, that they could. I don't know. I've not heard that, but it could be. But I don't suspect that that's a very good use of money, because when they do construction projects, or retail for that matter, they look at the cost per square foot. So I don't know what the average cost per square foot is right now, but you know, they have to recoup the costs. So they want to put a high dollar, high profit business in there. So maybe they are, and I just not heard of it. Luke Wellington says, when does YouTube send other payments? Great. Demented6CB says, I'm trying to relocate to Las Vegas, but everywhere I've seen looks a bit crummy and unsafe. It's not all bad, Demented6CB. You do have nice areas on the west side of the... So basically, Vegas is like a crescent-shaped city. So everything from the northwest down into Green Valley, Henderson... sorry, Vegas is not a crescent-shaped city. Vegas is like a square. But everything from the northwest down into the hook that goes into Henderson and Green Valley is really nice. Boulder City is one of the safest cities in the United States of America. It's hard to buy a house down there that I've heard of, but it's super nice, but it's also very far away from everything. Luke says, does YouTube send you a check or do they PayPal it? All the YouTube payments come with via ACH transfer. So if you're not from the United States, ACH is the system that banking uses in this country to send automatic check payments from place to place. So we get an automatic deposit. Atomic Golf adjacent to the Strat. Okay, well, that could make sense. I think that area has a lot of potential. Do you have any information on the Formula race next year on the Strip? I've not really been up on that D travel. I'm not a huge Formula One guy. It's nothing against the racing and stuff. It's just not my thing. But I know people really like it, so I'm gonna have to maybe do a video on that. There was a bunch of controversy that I could cover, and controversy's kind of a thing to cover. And maybe I'll look at the fight for it to even be there. Do you have a range of room rates for the Strip, including the casino fee? If not, that's okay, George says. Well, I mean, I can research that for you real fast. Let me bring a tab over into this. So, like, if you go to just, kayak.com, I think they include the fee in it these days, which is good. Hello, Sarah H. How you doing? Sarah H., one of our amazing moderators here on the channel. Appreciate her. She's a Vegas local, just like me, and she knows the city inside out. Sarah H. gave everybody great advice. If you're just coming here and you're in a big group of people and you're trying to figure out what to do next, don't just plop yourselves right in the middle of the sidewalk because everybody's going to have to go through you or around you. Sarah H. said, just walk to the side, go sit at a restaurant or something, and then plan your next trek. I think that's a really good idea. So I'm not flying anywhere, so I'm going to be staying somewhere. Let's just type in, Las Vegas. Wish I could do this in a browser, but it looks like my browser's not working. So, Las Vegas for Sunday through Monday. Let's go through Thursday through Saturday, because that's when most people want to come to Vegas anyways. Let's see here. Please enter a city. I did. I entered a city. I entered Las Vegas. Okay, so we'll go here. And it looks like the room rates average... Well, Venetian is $225 a night, so that's a nice hotel. Aria is $279. You can stay at the let's see, what's the cheapest rate? You gotta watch those cheap rates, man. 3-star hotel and up, and it's anywhere between like 50. You can stay at the cheap places like downtown. The D is $73. Mandalay Bay is $113. So you're looking at anywhere between $75. Before the rates, like just put $40 on top of your nightly rate for that every time you travel in Vegas. $40 is a good average. So you're looking at about $100 to $150 on the low end, all the way up to $300 plus on the high end. Okay, that was a long way of answering. Carlos S. Tech says, hi, Steven, how are you? I'm doing, Carlos. I'm doing. Is it possible for a bachelor to relocate to Las Vegas on one study income? I'm able to make end meet. Yeah, dude, demented. If you're in Southern California, and you can live in Southern California, you're good here. The rents here are considerably lower than Southern California. You won't have any problems unless you have addictive personalities. Like if you're addicted to scratch lottery tickets or, Indian gaming in SoCal, you're probably going to have a rough time in Las Vegas. Let's see here. If you ever want to film from Cosmo Balcony, let me know. I'll be there tomorrow until next Saturday, D-Travel. Thank you. I've actually had that opportunity before. I did a whole video on the Cosmopolitan a few years back. Big wraparound suite. I hope you enjoy your trip, D. I think it's a great place to stay. Let's see here. In February 2024, room rates will be high. Yes, but to that metric, January 1st of 2023, room rates will be high because the Raiders are playing the 49ers. It's just going to be one of those things. What's happening with the big event you're planning, Robert? We'll have more information soon. Princess says, any buffets open? Oh, certainly. You got the Wicked Spoon over at the Cosmopolitan. The Bacchanal buffet is open at the Caesar's Palace. I believe MGM's buffet's open as well. What else? I think the buffet at the Westgate is open for at least lunch service. South Point's buffet's been open for a while plus. Lux Win Buffet, Win Encore Buffet is open. Lots of buffets open. Just buy your buffet in advance if you can buy a front of the line pass. If you have it in your budget, do that as well because it can be an hours long wait for those buffets. Let's see here. Sharon says if I want to do a jockey club tour, I love you guys offering me all these tours. It's so fantastic. I'll let you guys know if I can. I mean, it's like there's somebody. Okay, so we have to be individuals on YouTube, and there's somebody doing hotel room reviews. They do great jobs, a couple of them. And then there's Steven, who does these really long, complicated documentary type series videos that take 50 hours to make, but I tell you all the things that you never knew and it blows your mind. So that's kind of like the target market that I'm going. How's your wife doing? Will she be on any live streams? Well, I'm going to try to get her on the live streams. There's a big time difference, and because she's helping to build something for the family and the community out there, a lot of the time she's has to be on a building site. But I love her and I'm so proud of her. She's taken, she's started a building project in the Philippines, which is a place where men dominate the society, not the women, which is great. Strat was Silver Kino Gary says the Strat was nice and was less than 200 for 3 nights, including resort fees. Strat Cafe had great food. I can vouch for the Stratosphere. It's a nice place. Just don't walk behind it at night like I did that one day. Edgar wants me to come to Santa Barbara. They have a great orchid show in Santa Barbara. And a couple of you guys are saying, what kind of idiot, what kind of man loves orchids? We love orchids, man. We remember the Greater Las Vegas Orchid Society, not for profit, nice people. At one point, I had 96 orchids in my house. We were addicted to orchids for a while. Now there's only 2, but there's lots of other plants. The documentaries are very well done. Thank you, Seven Sloss. How do you like your new YouTube schedule? I'm gonna have to, I have to figure something out because I work a full-time job, and I drive 11 miles one way to work. And sometimes it takes me 30 minutes to go 11 miles, which is not bad in the grand scheme of things. But then I bring my MacBook Pro, my dock, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen a dock. I have a dock that connects to my MacBook so it basically turns it into a full computer. I plug that into a separate monitor at work, and I have 2 monitors, and I do my sales job. And then I come home, and I really wish I could do more live streams and stuff, but I can't. And also, I notice my live streams lose me subscribers most of the time, which means that just the people are not used to me, and I'm a little bit polarizing of a person. I get it. So I want to edit more videos. I want to do some short videos. My video mentor, Matt, who's here in the chat, say hi to Matt. Can you all say hi, Matt, in the chat? That'd be cool. He's helping me with understanding a lot of things, and he's going to help me with the event too. I just wish I had more in me sometimes at the end of the day. It's just, it is what it is. I miss your live streams to the strip. I do too, big fam. I couldn't do it today. The reason, if you guys are just joining me right now, is that I'm at home, is because a couple of weeks back, Blackjack, well, no, about 2 weeks ago, he started not wanting, he wanted to eat all of his food, but he couldn't eat his food. And it's terrible. Like, he's a big cat and he has a big appetite, but he needs a medicated food because he has something called urinary bladder crystals. And if he doesn't eat that food, he could end up dead. Like, he has to go to the vet, and it's a big thing worth thousands of dollars. So that's a big concern for me. So I thought, well, maybe he's just got a sore in his mouth. But then yesterday it accumulated. He'd be eating, and then he'd get startled. 14-year-old cat running and hiding in a closet for 2 hours. That's not a way to be. So last night at 11 o'clock, I called All About Cats, which is the absolute best veterinary hospital for cats in the entire, maybe Western United States. And I called them and I said, can I get him in on standby? They emailed me at 7 this morning and said, be here at 9. We have an appointment. So I was there at 9. And he has probably something called stomatitis, which is the top of his mouth is severely inflamed. So he wants to eat, but he can't eat. So they give him a steroidal shot to reduce the inflammation and some painkillers. And then they gave me this, which is interferon, which is what they give to COVID patients and cancer patients to help boost his immune system, if that's what it is. And then they also gave him some painkiller that he'll need for a few days. But if he doesn't need it, I don't want to give him painkillers because I don't want to drug my cat. And they give him more of the anti-inflammatories. This is the first stage in diagnosing it as stomatitis. If it's stomatitis, I have to have all of his teeth removed, which, you know, comes at a cost financially and mentally for me, because that's my buddy. But he'll live the rest of his life until God takes him away. So that's why I'm at home right now. I didn't want to go to the strip and come back. I wanted him to be having a human in a regular voice. And I knew that if I got on this video chat with you guys and I talked for a couple hours or whatever long this takes, I knew that he would hear all of that and he would feel familiarity because his mom is not here. She's in the Philippines. You know how it is. Anyways, that's why I'm at home right now. I had a German Shepherd but passed away. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Steven, been following you a while on Facebook and watching lives here, but finally got an account. Hey, Jody, nice to see you. Thank you so much, Jody, for getting an account. $5 Cafe Silver Kino says had a really good food for the cheap at the Aztec. I don't like the Aztec just because it's smoky and, I mean, it's cool. Aztec is across the street from the Stratosphere. Joey Bonacci says ZZZZZ, I'm not going to show that comment. Can you afford helping your cat, your surgery, and all the money your wife is? Well, I mean, the Philippines thing is the Philippines thing. I dedicated myself to that. The surgery thing is the surgery thing. I got my YouTube money. What do you want me to do, big fam? You're not suggesting it, but you're subtly saying I should let my cat starve to death without saying it. Tell me I should let my cat starve to death without saying it. Now, big fan, don't get offended that I said that, but that's the only other option. And that's not an option for me. That's a living, breathing creature. And so I take him to the vet today and it costs me $200. Well, I'm blessed that I have a commission-only based job, and I'm blessed that I have, you know, some money coming in. So I'll work it all out, man. We can work it out. The Beatles once sang, and I'm sure we could. Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. I know you never said that, big fan, but it's the subtleties, man. And that's how I took it. It's not an offensive. You might not ever watch me again. Maybe you rage quit my channel now, but can I afford it? The question is, can I afford not to? That's the question. Can I afford not to take care of this creature? So Blackjack's backstory is that we, back in 2008 here in Vegas, people were leaving their situation because it was so bad to be in the valley. The economy was crashing. Employers were letting people go. 401ks were wiped out. People lost their fortunes. And I remember walking past this window in this condo complex, and there's this little tiny kitty, but this big black, jet black. It's like, oh man, one day I want a black cat. That's so cool. 2 weeks later, the people had moved and they just abandoned their cat. And it was around my birthday, so that was in the winter time. And he was just wandering around the parking lot looking lost with gum on his fur, like stuck with gum, and he was just cold and shivering. So I took him in, you know. Big fan, we'll be out there tomorrow on the strip, brother man. Thank you so much. I love you for watching, big fan. I respect the hell out of you. I do. And I'll be back on the strip tomorrow, buddy. And you can retract your message, but I already read it out loud. Anyways, I brought him in and he adopted us. And he ended up being a 21-pound monster cat that at one point was 25 pounds, and we had to diet him down a little bit, dude. It was pretty badass. Anyways, let's get here. I'm a Lost Vegan too. Joey Bonacci is a Lost Vegan too. That was awesome, Joey. That's killer, man. Thanks so much, Joey. Thank you for giving him a home. Of course, man. Of course. You know, you and your wife are amazing. I'm an animal lover. Oh, thank you, sir. Was the rain good yesterday? Oh man, I'll tell you. I've only had the power go out twice in the entire, how many years have I been here? Since 2004, 18 years? Only had the power go out twice. The power flickered yesterday. I got my MacBook attached to the, you know, a separate monitor. So I'm sitting yesterday trying to edit some video about 9:30 at night. And the monitor that I'm looking at turns itself off, turns itself back on. Of course, the MacBook has a battery, so it doesn't do anything. My internet, not like certain things in our house went out last night for a fraction. And we saw the lighting show last night. It was over our heads, man. Oh, man. Oh, you're going to a CFL game? Big fan. Which game you going to, bro? That is awesome, dude. Man, I miss Canadian football. That's a fun sport to watch. What happens to the community and the drainage system under the strip? Joe, I pray for them, man. I hope that they don't get... You have to wonder, on a morbid sense, how many homeless folks pass away because, you know, they're stuck in those drainages. If you don't know this, there's a whole community of people that live underneath Las Vegas. They live underneath the city and in the drainage tunnels. And they're homeless folks that, you know, for one reason or another, maybe they've given up on life or life has given up on them, and they don't get enough story. They don't get enough say. And one day I'm going to do that story. Um, you know, my plan is to start another channel where I can talk about documentary subjects that aren't just focused on Vegas. I don't know if anybody here would support that. Say yes if you would support that, and be able to focus on Vegas and this other channel, this other pursuit. Maybe I'll do like one video a month on the other channel and build it up slowly and do longer form 25, 30-minute long videos. Oh, wow. You go to the Elks. Commonwealth Stadium is like one of the only big format stadiums in Canada. Look at that. I think I could get 1,000 subscribers on that really fast if I wanted to. You're an angel with the cats, and Steve and your wife. Oh, thank you so much, Diana. This has been the wettest monsoon season since 99. We have had unseasonably cool weather, as I mentioned to you guys. It's been cool. There's been nothing about it except for just nice weather, I gotta say, and I'm happy for that. I'm super grateful for that. Oh, look at that. My monetization was off on this channel. I should turn it back on. And that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. I think I think I turned my monetization off so nobody could super chat me on this stream. What an idiot I am. We've been real dry here in South Florida. I just turned it back on. I don't know. Now YouTube literally wants me to insert an ad into the middle of my stream. How tacky is that? I don't have a comp circus suite, Robert. I wish I did. That would be super badass awesome. That'd be fun. If I had a comp circus suite, here's what I'd do. What I would do if I had a comp circus suite. Oh man, I know what I would do. So I want to do these interview videos where I go out and interview people and ask them questions about stuff. I actually wrote down 2 different ideas here in I have a whole list of stuff I want to do. So what did I write down? I wrote down interview Vegas locals to see if they gamble. So walk up to locals. Hey, you're a local. Do you guys gamble? And then I want to interview young people having fun in Vegas and just ask them basic questions and see if they have the answers. Like, how many states are there? How many states in the United States are there? You know, what year was America given their independence? Just basic stuff, just to see what people know and see what responses I get. And I think those would be fun videos. But if I had the circus suite, oh my gosh, yes, Rusty Guitars. $2.99 dues from Australia. Thank you so much, guys. Give Rusty Guitars 385 thanks in the chat. And I only have 142 likes, and I'd like to know if we can bump that up to 150 likes. I don't know if that's how much I have, actually. I think that's how much I have. Man on the Street. I think it would be fun, Princessa, but you will have to get waivers from people because people will get mad at you after. But if you tell them, hi, I have a YouTube channel. Can I put you on my channel? And can I get you to sign this piece of paper? Then I think that's the way you have to do it. It's just respectful to them to let them know that you're going to be using them in a video. Checking in, Fizz YouTube Streets, smash the likes. Thanks, Johnny J. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Steven, do you think Trump will be charged with treason? I don't know, Harold. I mean, what a mess that is, huh? I guess we won't know until all the evidence is presented in front of us of that case. And that's the way it works. My father, being that I'm Canadian by birth. Oh my gosh. Craig donated $20 to our GoFundMe. Thank you so much, Craig. I saw that on my watch. Thank you, Craig. Here's the thing. Remember when does anybody remember OJ Simpson? Is anybody old enough to remember 1996 or whatever it was? And my father told me, he's like, see, that's the thing about America, because we're in Canada at the time. It's like, son, that's the thing about America. That's what makes it great. We may know that he did these things pretty much. We don't know for sure, but the evidence shows that he probably did it. But in America, they say you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And that's the way the American system works. So I guess what I'm saying to you is we have to wait and see on everything. There you go. You should watch Elvis movie and tell us if it's true, fictional, or fake. I miss Intel Wild. He was a huge Elvis fan. I wish he would watch my videos again. He was really good on Elvis stuff. I think his father was a huge fan. Yeah, so Diane, I'm gonna have to do videos. I might take this little camera. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Don't ever buy one of these. I feel like a jackass because I did. I'm gonna show you this little camera. Let's see if I can bring up my actual view screen here. So this is my Pocket 2, DJI Pocket 2. This is a great little camera when it works properly. The problem with this thing, and I bought this like almost 2 years ago. Well, I bought this shortly after it came out. And the problem with this little thing is what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be able to be controlled by this. Or I think I can change the viewpoint, tilt locked. So first person view. So the camera is supposed to like stay, but this gets locked up. And so what'll actually happen is I'll turn the camera on and the camera doesn't work. I'll turn the camera on and it'll just be like locked looking down. And I can't fix it. I fix it by cleaning it with rubbing alcohol and a toothbrush. And then it works for a little bit, but then it doesn't. This camera is perfect though, because I can plug a microphone into it and bring it anywhere and it records in 4K. So I don't recommend you buy that camera because I think it's a lemon. I think that I know that there's a lot of people that have that problem with that little camera. You know, but that's a great little one if it works properly, but it never does. What's the one hotel on the strip you will never step foot in? Let's not talk derisively about them, big fan, but I will say there are some hotels that I never go in. It's not that I refuse to step foot. I'll go in any hotel on the strip. The one I never go in really is the Sahara. It's just a little bit far away for me. I don't have a reason to go there. I've been there a few times on live streams, but because the main structure of the building was built in the 1950s, it's built like a tank, and cell phone signals don't do real well in there. But I think the property is nice. I just never go into that hotel. Another hotel I don't really frequent unless it's for streaming is the Luxor or the Mandalay, but that's the same issue. They're at the base, the bottom level of the strip. Other than that, there's really no hotel that I would say I refuse to step foot in. I think they're all good in their own way for what they're worth. My game is frozen, yeah, for sure. I've had 16 cats in my life. Oh man, I've had many cat adventures. 14 is getting up there, yeah. I mean, but he's in perfect health. The vet, when we got him checked out in February, and even today said he's incredibly healthy, like good cat. Like he'll be around for years. What's the friendliest vlogger hotel? I like Big Fan, man. I'm gonna tell you this, Big Fan. I wasn't saying you were saying bad things about my kitty, but that's the only other option was with all the things I have going on. I will tell you this right now. I will start selling my items in order to fix that cat. Like if it's an emergency, it's an emergency. So anyways, so what's the friendliest vlogger hotel in Vegas? I've never had a problem in the Bellagio, not one time. That's one hotel I've never had an issue in. What other hotels have I never had an issue in? Never, ever. I gotta say, well, Resorts World has never given me an issue, but I did ask the security guards because Sin City Family was told that they can't stream in there unless they have, like, prior written consent. But Resorts World's always treated me good, too. Other than that, I've had some kind of an encounter with a security person at pretty much every property on the strip at some point in time, but they're just doing their jobs, and a lot of them, they keep the privacy of their patrons in the highest regard, which we should appreciate. Hi, Princess Claudia. Nice to see you, Princess Claudia. I won't stay at Mandalay Bay because I heard it's haunted from the shooting. I wouldn't know about that. Are they going to demolish the Rio? No, Princessa, they're not going to demolish the Rio. The Rio is going to go through a $750 million renovation, and it's going to be managed by Hyatt, I want to say. So there you go. Let's see here. I need one that I could attach somehow to the bicycle helmet with the light that goes around the head. If you're looking for a camera, if Delana Muriel is talking about cameras, Insta360 makes a very, very small camera. It's like literally maybe that big, and it can be clipped on things. And so you'll go for that one. Martin D, our second super chat of the night. Thank you, Martin D. How you doing, bro? Cosmopolitan is always so restricted about everything. Most cases, they kick you out of the hotel room. That happened to Pomsey that one time. Hey, in a way, I wish it happened to me, because it's like that kind of stuff is emotional, and he documented it well, and it basically boosted him up into the stratosphere and introduced him to a whole new audience. So sometimes you never let a good crisis go to waste. Politician once said that, I guess. What if all Las Vegas hotels charge a fee to vlog inside? Then what's going to happen? Some people will pay the fee and some people won't pay the fee. And I think that if it's known that people are paying to cover the hotels in Vegas, fine. But I think the bigger danger, big fan, is that what happens when the hotel starts paying the blogger or the vlogger or the YouTube creator? And does the YouTube creator, three's a charm. Thank you, Martin D. He's juicing up our super chats. I also have that link below if you guys want to go directly to the PayPal and help fund us right away instead in like 6 weeks from now. But all of your likes and shares are good enough. What happens when the YouTubers start being on the take of the hotels? Are they being honest? Are they not? I don't know. I wonder that often. Because when you upload a video to YouTube, you're supposed to check a little box if something contains sponsored promotional materials. It's actually not a YouTube rule. It's a Federal Trade Commission rule. But I'm not saying that anybody's doing that. But I oftentimes wonder when somebody gets granted access to film in a hotel, how much of it may be funded by the hotel or any product for that matter. I mean, look, if if this is a Switch controller, Nintendo Switch, but let's say this wasn't, and let's say I had a video game channel and somebody sent me a controller that looks really good and they sent it to me for free and I didn't pay anything. Am I going to say bad things about it, or am I going to be more inclined to say good things about it? So those are considerations when you're watching YouTube. Just keep that in mind. Let's see here. If only the rain could rain with golden coins. New York want to charge people tolls for driving during congestion. Well, I think there's a big, huge, grand plot and theme to try to get people not to drive cars. The World Economic Forum just this last week said that people should give up their personal vehicles in order to save the environment and the climate. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but that's a thing that really did happen. You can look it up on Google. The World Economic Forum suggests that people give up their vehicles to save the climate. Now, it's easier to do in some places than others. Heaven knows that if you live in Texas or a big American city, it's very hard not to have a car these days. When do the strip hotels start charging resort fees, Roger? There's a really good, I don't know who, Life in Las Vegas, which is a channel that, does anybody know the channel Life in Las Vegas? It's a gentleman named Jason. Say yes in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. Let me know. Do you know Life in Las Vegas? But anyways, I believe he did a really excellent video covering the history of resort fees. For some reason, Jason doesn't get the exposure that I think he deserves. He covers a lot of things with, I think he uses this same camera I was just showing you. And he does a lot of 4K footage and stuff. And I don't know why he doesn't get the love he deserves. And, God bless him. I've met him a few times. He runs around town like Hunter S. Thompson sometimes. But everybody has their thing. And I think that you guys might check his channel out, Life in Las Vegas, and tell him that Not Leaving Las Vegas said hello. The homeless in the drainage tunnels would be a tough one to do. It's a personal risk thing. I mean, I don't have like a bodyguard. Some YouTubers bring like a bodyguard around, and I don't have that. So I have to watch myself and make sure that I'm covered. So yeah, go to Life in Las Vegas's video and tell him that I said hello, because I think I think for what he's worth, I think he doesn't get a lot of views, but he's doing the same content as a lot of people. So let me see if I can click you to it. He does a lot of shorts too. So if you guys are looking for short form content, you can find him. But let's see here. So yeah, 8 days ago, Las Vegas news update, F1 race. So here, you guys want to go learn about the F1 race? I'm going to link you to a video. And you guys can go say hi to him here, okay? Boom. There you go. Dino says, here's a good question for you. Are they doing anything in the casinos on the strip for the LGBTQ community, like letting men into the women's restroom? No, not that I've heard of, Dino. I think Vegas likes to stay apolitical on most things like that, and I've not heard of anything. Oh, I should show your comment. I've not heard of anything like that. Not so far that I know of. Maybe it'll come to that at some point. But the thing about it is that we've always had those, I'm not going to say it, but there's family restrooms everywhere that any gender can use at most hotels. So I'll just leave it there. Have I ridden HBK fan club says in Elon Musk's boring tunnel cars yet? Yes, I have. I did a whole video covering that. I was blessed enough to go to CES with the help of my friend Matt, my video mentor, who's here on the channel. And he hooked me up, and I was just, I had media credentials from the prior year, but for some reason CES wouldn't let me register this year because of a technical error. Well, Matt managed to cut through all of that tape and get me in, so I was able to do it. I did a whole video on it, and it was a fun one. Let's see here, Anne, whatever her name officially. I don't know Anne who? Not Anne Heche. No way. Hold on. Oh my gosh, she passed away. Oh, that's sad. She married Harrison Ford at some point or something. No, that was not her. Like, there's a picture of her with Harrison Ford. She married Ellen or something. Wow. That's sad, man. Life is short sometimes. You got to take care of your number ones and your number twos, you know? How's Las Vegas handling the homes not being around the tourists? The homes not being around. Roger, I love your question, but I don't really fully understand it. How's Las Vegas handling the homes not being around the tourists at the strip? Are you talking about the homeless? But most people can't handle nuclear power very well. They kind of like Homer Simpsons. There, when Obama was the president, I'm not getting political. I'm telling you the truth. These are facts. When Obama was the president, the United States had several nuclear type of projects in play. But then the Fukushima accident happened in Japan, and then the governments of the world kind of restricted and contracted if we're talking about nuclear energy. Now, France is energy independent, I believe, and they have a ton of nuclear facilities. Nuclear is more safe than it ever was, but it's still a scary thing because of things like Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and Fukushima. So it is what it is. So Roger says, how is Las Vegas handling the homeless not being around the tourists at the strip? So what they did was the city instituted a new law recently, and what it says is that if you're arrested for a crime that's a felony crime, you are now barred from the strip corridor area. And so it used to be like if you're arrested for a felony crime way over on Sahara and Decatur, which is like 4 miles off the strip, okay, whatever, go back to the strip. But now they barred you off the strip. So I guess, if you got jaywalking on the strip, but you had a felony crime 10 miles away, 20 miles away in the city, you could go to jail for that now. So they're trying to keep the bad guys off the strip by instituting new laws. Do you think Vegas will bring back vaccine passports and making a lot of... No, big fan. There's a reason why this will get political. Are you guys ready? Brace yourselves. The cringe is going to happen. No, I'm going to get slightly political. Right now, these are facts. Right now, we have a Democrat governor named Steve Sisolak. He was elected by the people, and he needs to get reelected by the people. So between now and November, because the economy is not terrible here, and because COVID is on the downtrend, we've just crossed out of where the CDC does recommend masks but doesn't require them. So no masks are required, but we don't even have a mask recommendation anymore. Because things are working, he's not going to change anything because he is running against a Republican, as is the case in every part of the country. That's how they run. And if he were to say anything like that, then he would not be reelected, nor would any Democrats on the county commissioner seats, which call the shots in Vegas specifically. So on a state level, he can say whatever he wants. He can say everywhere has to wear masks from like the whole state. He's lifted that. All that's gone. So they're not going to break what's not broken. None of that stuff's going to happen. After November, who knows? Because if he gets elected, he's got another 4-year term. But you kind of imagine it would be political suicide for him to do such a thing because he would immediately have the Republican opponents attack him. A lot of people that are in the middle would move to the right. A lot of people on the left would move to the right because they don't want to wear masks. And we just can't go back into this era of this. COVID is largely endemic. It is still deadly to some people. Even if you have a vaccine, Omicron seems to not give a damn. And that's where we're at. Loam, thank you. Nowadays, nuclear is only dangerous when being shelled by another country. That is true. There is a crazy Russian general who has captured a Ukrainian nuclear facility and strapped bombs to it, from what I read. So there it is. Dino says he sucks. That's your opinion. I'm not playing politics. I was just telling you the facts of the case. Because he wants to win an election, he will not put any new COVID restrictions in place for the state level. Because the county commissioners, I don't know if they're up for election, but nobody will do anything right now. wait till after the midterm. We'll see. I missed the Star Trek convention 2 more weeks, I think, at Bally's now. Is it in 2 weeks? I gotta go to it this year. I'm on season 4, episode 20 something of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm watching the whole series all the way through. I have such fond memories watching it with my little brother and my mom. By the way, have you guys visited Jason's channel and said Not Leaving Las Vegas says hi? Go to this video. I just put it in the comments. Click there and say Not Leaving Las Vegas says hi. Go subscribe to his channel. You guys can do it. You can do it, like Arnold would say. I should just do all of them as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would lose me subscribers. Let's see. I don't see anybody else. Say sort by new. See if anybody went over. Nobody did it, but that's okay. I want to spread some love to Jason and say hello, but that's cool. Steven, film a vlog at the Fontainebleau on the construction progress. Oh, there's much more to cover on the Fontainebleau, Peter. There's much more to cover. It's a tale of bright-eyed developers trying to replicate the Miami magic in Las Vegas, followed by the biggest, global economic crisis that anybody's ever seen, followed by bankruptcy, followed by a purchase by Carl Icahn for $124 million, preceded by it being listed for, $400 million, $50 million he made profit on selling the furnishings to different hotels here in town. So there's hotels that are decked out like the Fontainebleau was supposed to be, followed by him selling it to somebody who wanted to name it after his son, followed by COVID, followed by another bankruptcy, essentially, and then followed up by the original investors buying into it with the Koch brothers and the Marriott being attached to it. And then, the Marriott backing out of it, and it's now the Fontainebleau again. Now I don't have to make the video. That'll be the whole video. Just be click, 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 just like that. Roger's gonna put videos and watch later. Coolio, yeah. Subscribe to the guy, man. Like I say, he does some good content, and I can't vouch for everything he says, but seems like a channel that can show some love too. I have some sweet construction photos. The ass full. Okay, says. Is there anything on the strip? George Orwell asks. Or Fremont that you missed that isn't there anymore? I missed the downstairs cafe at Binion's. More or less because I'm a local. There are things that I miss that are not on the strip. Like I miss the 24-hour stores in Las Vegas. We don't have those anymore. It used to be 24-hour Walmart. You go to Walmart at 3 in the morning. Nobody was there except for shift workers and showgirls and strippers. You don't go for the showgirls and the strippers, but they're there. I miss those, but I miss like the cafes they used to have at places like Gold Coast. On the strip, what do I miss? I miss like the bands at the back of Hawaiian Marketplace. Those were cool bands and they were nice people and they used to play back there. I miss the cheap food on the strip. Practically everywhere you had, that's gone too. Hey, Steven, Jorge says, watching from home, here recovering from the C-19. Both my mom and I caught it sometime this week. Keep doing an awesome job. Thank you so much, Jorge. Any more updates on Fremont Street and the curfew? No, curfew's in place. 9 o'clock Fridays, 9 o'clock Saturdays. Nobody under 21. They are checking IDs, and we have metal detectors. I might go downtown tomorrow. I'll be on the strip or downtown. I'll be in one of the 2 locations tomorrow. Mr. Riviera. Oh, actually, I missed Nickeltown, I think it was called, at the Riviera. And they had this low rollers slot area with nickel slots that paid out in real coins, and then they also had like cheap hot dogs, and there was this one Filipino family that owned a place that did Philly steaks. I don't think I'm supposed to call them cheese steaks, but I call them Philly steaks because that's what a guy from Philly once told me to call them. And that was really good food there too. Let's see here. Isn't it funny how money talks with these casinos being in a democracy? No, Dino, I don't think it's politics at all. I think there's some politics to it, but I think if we were to look at the donation list for MGM Resorts or for Caesars, they donate to both parties. They hedge their bets. On the strip, how big do you think the hotel and casinos will be where the Travel Lodge was? That one can be a full 50, 60 stories if they want it to. The Travel Lodge sitting just off center of the Polo Towers. There's no height restrictions there. So if Tim Fertitta, I don't know, hey, buddy. Hi, Blackjack's here. I got the meds. I'm not going to give him meds till tomorrow night. Blackjack, the reason I'm in my studio tonight, I'm going to tell the story way shorter. My Blackster has a medical problem in his mouth And it's possibly a really bad one that requires teeth extraction. But right now, they gave him a anti-inflammatory steroidal shot today, so he could eat because he's been hungry but not eating because he recoils in pain when he eats. They gave him this here, which is interferon, which is what they give to cancer patients and severe COVID patients to boost his immune system to see if it's just a virus. And then they also gave him some more anti-inflammatories and some pain meds. And he has eaten. He has eaten. I'm so happy. I was crying. Tears of joy. But he's down here. Do you want to see Blackjack? Okay. Thank you so much, Sarah H. That's awesome. Subscribe to him, too, if you like his content. If you don't like to him, don't subscribe to him. Hey, you want to come up? Oh! Blackster. Here he is. My 14-year-old senior citizen cat who acts like he's a kitten when he's hungry. Hi, baby. Oh, you're headbutting me. Hi. Yes, we're going to make you better. We're going to make you stronger and faster. And even cats need their claws, but I asked the vet today, I'm like, doesn't not having his teeth affect him? She said most cats don't eat with their teeth. Like my little princess, she chews her food. He hates the bright ring light I have in the setup here, by the way. So he's a good guy. Hi, baby. You are purring like crazy. Oh, we're so upset. He rides in the car next to me like no cat carrier. He can't handle a cat carrier, so he just sits on the passenger seat. And I drive only surface streets and take it very slowly with him because he's in my bubba. You won't wear a safety belt, will you? I know. I'll feed you after. You can't eat too much. You get too much inflammation in your... It's in the back of his mouth. It's terrible. Oh, for Blackjack. Thank you, Matt. You want to purr? They can't hear it. They might be able to hear it. Yeah, there it is. Maybe. I have the sound. Do you know what a sound gate is? A noise gate? Purr into the microphone. I don't know if you can hear him. I'm going to put him down for now. And then I'm going to pick up the wild one. I call her a bottlenose dolphin cat because I got it wrong once. She's actually, I think, a seal point Siamese. And she is totally healthy and totally a pain in the ass, but totally my best friend when she's hungry. So she sits with me sometimes. Right? You gonna bite me? No. No. Ah! Oh. Well, what are you doing? Don't do that. That's leather. Oh. Oh. Cats are lovely. That grimace on my face was epic. Where did I pick up this shirt? I got this shirt at the Sandy thrift. In my, if you haven't seen my prison video, I did my, yeah, I might have some blood. Catherine shows blood. In my prison video, I showed Sandy thrift, and it's like the best thrift store I've ever been in. Ever. And this shirt, they were like $5. And I love it because you can wear it anywhere in the United States. But that's my shirt that says home on it. So there you go. Seal point. I know. Bottlenose dolphin cat, right? There you go. So yeah, she's playing with a sponge. What are you doing? I bought sponges. And then one day she was being a pain. So I just threw a sponge at her. Just, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop yelling. Because she wanders around the house and screams at the top of her lungs. I don't know what she's talking about. And as it's endearingly, I threw a sponge at her. And ever since then, it's her toy. Oh, thank you, Dreamweaver. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of shirts there that day. It was pretty fun stuff. Cat flops on the floor and wants to be scratched. Sani Thrift, Sanithrift. It's where the old H&M used to be in the Prism outlets. I did a video on Prism outlets. It's like a documentary style video. You guys might go watch that on the channel. Where have you been in the U.S., Gailey? Been to New York State. I used to live in Niagara Falls, Canada when I was a kid. So been in New York State, Montana, Idaho, Utah, California, Arizona, Nevada. That's it. That's it for me. Why am I not wearing a maple leaf? I'm Canadian. Oh, Mayhem, that's a great question. I get that a lot. I've actually lived in the United States since 2004. So 23 years. I'm 41. So I'm almost, when I turned 47, I guess, spent more than half my life in the United States. And I'm not too far from 47. So there's that. So I guess you just kind of identify with it. Roxy Gunn is playing at Hennessy's this weekend. Okay. The Prim Valley Prism outlets have been declining for 10 years. They have. I want to see all the states. I want to go all over the place. I mean, in my video I was doing on Prism, or sorry, I'm doing a follow-up to the Lake Mead thing about the Deadpool and about the third intake valve. And, I was like, had to research what states have hydroelectric power. So I was putting them on a map and stuff for an effect I was building. Stephen, Clark County School District identifies monkeypox case. Oh, man, that's a shame. Monkeypox, man. Be safe out there with whatever you're doing. And, you can get monkeypox from just transmission fluid being too close to a person. So I guess if that would mean, like, if you're doing martial arts classes and stuff like that, keep yourself safe. And then also it's a sexually transmitted disease largely. Hi, Stephen. I know some places have a dress code. Do you know anywhere to rent a cheap suit? I like to pack light. If you want to rent a tux, you can go to Friar Tux, Friartux. It's just off of the strip on Sahara, on West Sahara, not too far from the strip. Friar Tux. They may do suits there too, Ernie. They're not just like 3-piece monkey suits, but it's a good place, Friar Tux. And I have to think of the lady's name. You can ask for her by name. Okay, hold on. Let me look in my email, because she's awesome. Number 1 food recommendation is Ellis Island 2 years in a row. It's a good place, man. It's a really good place. Ellis Island in the front yard is good. You should visit Florida, nice and humid. Oh, my wife's in the Philippines. I've been in that humidity before. Friar. So you can go down and talk to Danielle at Friar Tux, and she'll give you a really good, I don't know if she'll give you a good deal, but she'll give you TLC, and they do rentals there and fittings and everything like that. Friar Tux. Aussie the Beaches. Oh, they do online stuff too. If you're looking for suits and tuxedos, just go to their website and their Facebook and talk to them and ask for Danielle, Danielle. William Roberts, please post the website FixArm. Yeah, we can post that up. We still plan to go. Hold on. I have a black cat. I call him Bubby. Nickname for little brother. Very nice. Yeah, and tell her I said hello. She hooked us up when we were doing the Circa grand opening. I've had a great time tonight. It's been an hour. I'm really tired, I have to tell you, but I will be back tomorrow on the strip or downtown. I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards Fremont downtown tomorrow night. So if you guys are going to watch tomorrow. I appreciate it. We're going to have a great time down there. Thank you guys for watching tonight. I'm just wiped out, man. All the stress that I'm going through and stuff like that. If you guys do want to support the GoFundMe, you guys can have. I'm still not at my goal. I didn't increase the GoFundMe, but I explain it on the page. I'll post that up here. .com/fixarm. I'm going to do some video editing. Stay at home with Blackjack. Take care of him. That's the link if you guys want to fund that. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Steven, you think COVID is over now in your mind? Just a bright guy asking your opinion. Or I'm a bright guy. Mayhem. I think that it's we're going to get to a point where it's endemic. Endemic is what the flu is every year. It can kill people, but it can make you really sick, or you can just get the sniffles. But I think that as new COVID strains come, we have to be careful that we understand them and not treat it when there's a new strain like it's the old strain, because we don't know the effects it can have. All right. So you guys are great. Good night, everybody. I love you all. I love you, Caroline. Be safe out there. 3, 2, 1, and click.